Hello everybody. Today we have with us on this, thanks to the Global Alumni Meet, the 7th Global Alumni Meet, we have with us Mr. Sumit Banerjee, currently the Managing Director of ACC. He passed out in 1979 from the Mechanical Engineering Department and looks like a staunch Patelite. We'll start the interview shortly. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Yes, I am a staunch Patelite.
You are a staunch Patelite, right? So, what are the three most memorable memories of you while you are in IIT Kharagpur? Would you like to tell us?
Three most memorable memories, that is good or bad or both?
Either.
Even bad can be memorable.
Even bad, yeah. Three things that stick out.
Yeah, I think the good things should be mentioned because one retains the good memories and it's the nostalgia of that for which you keep coming back, right? And that's the reason why I came. I am not part of 85 or neither golden nor
60 and 85.
Nor silver. Maybe copper or bronze or something. Lots of good memories. Lots of good friends. You know, the 5 years that we have spent together. 5 years is 1 year more than what you all spent. Of course, excepting for the sandwich programs, which are 5 years. Yeah. I think friendship with wingmates, not so much the classmates in the department, but the friendship with the wingmates were so close that was much more than family members.
Okay.
So that's the top of the mind thing. Then I think I have enjoyed life in IIT Kharagpur so much that I have unhesitatingly I can say that that has been the best part of my life. I mean, no worries about what you are earning or what you are doing or where you are going to go in career. No worries at all. But do what you please. So we have really done what we please to do. You know, so all bad things, all good things, everything other than studies. Everything other than studies.
So we keep hearing this a lot. You have all the alumni, whenever we ask them, they say we did a lot of things apart from studies.
Yeah.
We, and I think especially the younger batch, our juniors, would really like to know what are those things apart from studies.
Yeah, IIT used to be, I'm sure it is more so, but IIT used to be full of activities in our days. Yeah. I'm not saying it is not so now. Mm-hmm. It used to be really packed with activities. Okay. And we, on top of that, we used to always keep on adding new activities. Just to give an example, we started Saraswati Puja in Patel Hall. I think it's going on even now, but we started it. Yeah. As if there was any dearth of activities, you know, we had to add something more. Mm-hmm. And it also took a lot of time to organize the whole thing, getting the idol, doing the decorations, doing the electric, everything was done in-house, ourselves. So the inter-hall programs, the inter-block programs in the hall, then the inter-IIT tournaments, then the Spring Fest, the cultural programs. You know, if people wanted to participate in things, they could have participated in something or the other. Okay. Starting from cycle shed secretary, to canteen secretary, to literary secretary, to what do you call it now? G-Sec Sock and Kal?
G-Sec Sock, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you can be a minister of state or you can be a cabinet minister, but you can be someone, right? Yeah. So there is so much interest in all this, and then I don't know whether you have this room allotments by hall points today.
Some halls, we have it in some halls.
It was fantastic. You know, I had hardly any hall points, but I always stayed in the double bedroom in the seat of always.
How so?
It's just a matter of strategy. When you have two friends who have good hall points, so three of you apply together, so you apply in the middle room. Right. So nobody else can get into the other two rooms. Mm-hmm. So you lose in the middle room, but the winner goes out. No, you cannot stay there.
I think people should take note of that and use that. Any specific incident that you would like to share with us? The naughtiest thing that you might have done,
I don't think I'll be saying that because my son or my daughter may be seeing it on YouTube, no? So.
Or any moment where you had a rush of adrenaline, like tempo se bahut.
No,
I'm sure
I never played before I came to Kharagpur. In Kharagpur, I participated in, of course, in the hall team in many things. But I made the IIT team in basketball. I made the IIT team in bridge. I made the IIT team in almost in Karam. Before that, I never took part in anything competitive.
So you were inter-IIT in basketball?
Inter-IIT in basketball, yeah.
That's good. Okay. Just to deviate a little from this point. Can you tell us about your career progression after you went out of IIT?
Yeah, I was just telling, what's your name?
Sanjeev.
Sanjeev, I was just telling Sanjeev, he was asking me about the campus interviews then and now.
Yeah.
I don't know so much about now, but I guess now you have more opportunities. But in those days also, in our time, for example, L&T was one of the first.
Okay.
And almost the whole class applied. By the way, in my class, 56 students were there, of which 6 or 7 are in India, rest are abroad.
Okay.
In my class, that is 79. So it was not much different then compared to now.
Okay.
I don't know what's the retention rate now. You're talking about brain drain and all that. So almost the whole class applied. So I also applied. So I got the job. 700 rupees per month salary. Or I think it was 600 rupees stipend first year. Second year was 700 rupees salary. So I took it.
Okay.
Went to Kansbahal, it's a place near Rourkela. And did shift, I came in shifts. Morning shift, evening shift, night shift. Came in shifts for 2 years in a heavy engineering shop, and then went to project site for 2 years and worked in erection. From there I went to projects and contracts and sales of projects in Calcutta office. So 12 years in L&T.
Okay.
Then another 17 years in Indian Aluminium. And from L&T I went to Indian Aluminium. So Indian Aluminium I became a factory head, then I became a business head. Then Indian Aluminium got acquired by Hindalco. So I became a business head in Hindalco. From there, because of career reasons, I chose to take an option in Chennai, became CEO of Tube Investments. And that's when I got this opportunity to lead ACC, which was an iconic company in our days in cement, and very respectable company in my mind. So I took the offer. So last 3 years I'm in ACC.
So what is, like a lot of students would like to know, if they make it to MD of a big company, what is the role like? As in, what do MDs do in their normal day?
Very simple, I think actually, and that is why to demystify this role, I have we have made lots of changes in ACC, but one of the things that I can mention in this context is that we have made all offices in my head office in ACC, which is called Cement House. It's a 1936 building, 1937 building. We have completely renovated the building internally. So all offices are open. My office is also open. I don't have a cabin.
Okay.
So I sit out in the open along with other people, so they can see what I am talking, they can hear me talking. So people no longer, at least in ACC, who are sitting with me, they have no longer any myth about what the CEO does. They know, whom I am firing, what I am saying, and that there is no mystery behind a CEO's role, because there is really no mystery.
Okay.
I mean, it's just like any other job. But of course, I feel that I do certain things fundamentally differently, and I tried to mention that in the panel discussion today.
Yeah, can you please repeat?
I see a lot of people today at senior positions, and I'm not mentioning any names, so I'm safe here. But I see a lot of people in senior positions whose only claim to fame is that they can demand performance from their subordinates. They are very good at demanding performance from their subordinates and holding them accountable for performance, and then asking them to look for another job if they cannot deliver, right? But you really need leaders who can demand performance, but they can also show the way how to deliver that performance, guide. And